foot all the way down to the floor. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Josue reporting live here. This is going to be the first time I'm uploading a YouTube video in a minute. As you see, we're in the 2019 Alfa Romeo Stelvio today. We're going to be doing a mini car vlog. I'm going to drive around to a pretty neat little place near Clearwater. I'll get some outside shots of the car, some inside shots, and tell y'all how life is as a in 2024 as an 18-year-old with a 2019 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. As you see, we got the red guts in the car, and I'll tell you a little bit more when we get to that little spot I was mentioning to y'all. The day seems pretty nice today. Hopefully we don't get any rain. Siri told me we won't, so hopefully she keeps her word, and I'll catch y'all in a second. Some input here. We're on our way to the little spot in Clearwater. We're currently passing by Bayshore. This car drives so nice, and these houses are also so nice. The steering is smooth as butter. The car is an SUV, but it feels nonetheless like it weighs around 3,000 pounds. Don't quote me on that. I'll search how much the car weighs once we get to the spot. The day's pretty nice. The car is very peppy as well. That is something I noticed once I got this car, that the steering was very light nonetheless. And that 2.0 turbo engine gets the car off the line almost immediately. Very impressive. I'd love to see how the Quadrifoglio, which is the V6 Ferrari engine that the top trim of this car comes in, how it reacts and how it drives. Hopefully one day I'll be able to take one for a spin. We got views here over in Bayshore. We're now here at the Gandhi Bridge, heading from Tampa to St. Pete. We're gonna do a little 50 roll for y'all in a second. Don't worry. Disclaimer, please don't try this at home. This is done by a trained professional. In parentheses. This car does 0 to 60 in around 5.7 seconds. It is a 2.0 turbo Dodge engine, by the way. So let's slow down to around 50. There's somebody behind me, so I don't want to go too slow. Actually, let's do a 60 roll just to not slow down too much. Okay. 61, come on, just a little bit. Okay. Foot all the way down to the floor. It's getting up to speed. Hear those turbos spool up. This car is so flippin' fast, and it sounds like an airplane on the road. And like I mentioned earlier, it drives like a feather. I could not ask for more. This car is amazing. Like I said, I just love to see how the Quadrifoglio Ferrari engine would be in this car, because this is just phenomenal. We're over here approaching the little spot I've been teasing y'all about, so I'll catch y'all in a second. Okay, so we made it to the little spot. Sheesh, y'all can't tell me that car doesn't look good. Let's give a little 360 walk around. Like I mentioned, this is a 2019 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. It is the base, so it's not even the Q2. There is a badge on the back incentivizing that it is, but that was put on by the previous owner. It is only rear-wheel drive, taking that into consideration. Bro, just any way you look at this car, it just gives, it's giving. It's just giving nonetheless. Look at that view, the car with the ocean in the back. Just any way you look at this car, just the curves, the width, everything just looks phenomenal. And I'm not just saying that because it's my car. It honestly looks amazing. So taking that into consideration, I already gave you a bit of information. It is rear wheel drive. It's base, so it doesn't have things like blind spot monitors. It does have the parking sensors, but nonetheless, it has the stock basic quote unquote rims. It doesn't have the signature Alfa Romeo rounded rims. I'll put up a picture here of how those look. It does have easy control access, so if you just have the key in your pocket, you can open them and likewise close it. Like I mentioned previously, it has red guts, which look amazing. Besides the red seat, that's not just the only good thing about this car. It has memory seats as well, has controls for both side mirrors, as well as the trunk opening is back here, which we'll go ahead and open that. It has remote shut off and start. If you're in a red light and you stop, the car will turn off. I hate that, respectfully. I don't think that's good for the engine, but that's not a professional advice. Just to me, I don't like the engine starting and stopping. Here's the button for the parking sensors. Let's go ahead and sit in the car. I love the aluminum brush on the door handles and this wood accent that the car does have. Let's get a little bit of a more out view on the cabin. And let's go ahead and start it. He said to the woman, let's put this down so we don't get copyright. Let me actually close though. By the way, you can close the trunk by just holding the button down, like y'all see that I'm doing here, and it'll close it for you. Which, like I said, I love all the luxuries that this car has. It's the basic model, so it doesn't have the bigger sized infotainment system. It still has the digital dash, which that's great. No head up display, but that's fine. It has the start stop button here on the steering wheel, which is a unique little feature that all Alfa Romeos have. No heated steering wheel, nonetheless. Leather. I have this aftermarket steering wheel cover for it. Amazon, like $35. I already need to get a new one. This like suede is already getting a little old, but that's okay. It's showing its age. Car currently has 51,000 miles. Doesn't feel like it. Feels like it's brand new. If we go over here to the center console, you'll obviously have your AC unit controls, which that's great. It has both passenger and driver auto adjust temperature controls, as well as the main fan speed control, as well as where you would like the AC to come out of. The car does include Apple CarPlay. I just don't have it connected right now because if not, y'all would not be able to hear me. It has the stock speakers, so no fancy stuff, but these speakers, if you in the infotainment system control the bass and treble out of them, I honestly wouldn't see why you would need the nicer ones because these sound amazing. It does have, and Alfa Romeo geeks, please don't kill me, it does have this BMW style looking shifter to it. I don't know the official name to it, but it looks like one of those BMW shifters, so that's what I'm gonna name it. This is the drive mode selector. You push it down to go into economy, N for just normal, and then D for sport. When you put the car in D, the car becomes a different type of animal. The throttle responds differently. The steering gets a little bit more stiff, and it accelerates way more aggressively than if it was in normal. It does have, as y'all see, the panoramic sunroof all the way around, Once it gets to that middle section, it'll stop, and then you just click the button one more time and it'll keep going back. I do have the front sunroof tinted, the back one's normal. The previous owner that had this car, I guess, left the panoramic sunroof, the shade open, and it didn't damage, but it did crease the seats a little bit, which is fine by me. It's not crazy, but you know, we gotta take care of it a little bit extra now so they don't get hurt. I'll go ahead, and with that being said, that's pretty much the front cockpit of the vehicle. Just look at that view, man. That is just phenomenal. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and head to the back. Plenty of room. I am one of those people that love to have the seat just laid back, so you're kind of sleeping in the driver's seat. I am around 5'3", 5'5" ish. Yes, I'm short. Move on, it's okay. But I have the seat for a person that's about like 5'8". I just like reclining all the way down, so y'all can get a little bit of perspective. I have plenty of knee room. Even if you push this way back, I think I'd still have plenty of knee room left. Here are the rear AC fans. They're amazing, no complaints. Down there you have 2 USB port connectors. If you need to charge your phone or whatever, you have the little nets for the little cubbies, and then down here for drinks, etc. That aluminum finish and wood trim continue all the way from the front all the way to the back. Here you have your headliner lights. Something really cool about these lights, they just don't turn on. They fade in and fade out, which, like I said, it's the little things that make this car amazing, and for the price, which I'll get to at the end of this video. One more look at the panoramic sunroof. Now we'll head on to the trunk. Okay, now we're here towards the back. It has double exhaust, real, by the way. Obviously they have the trim around them, but both exhausts in the back are real. Here we have, where should I start? We have 2 storage compartments, one on each side. This is my little toolkit with my power wrench, just in case we have to change a flat, which we do have a spare. This is the main battery here in the back, so if you ever need to change that, here's where it's at. Everything included, which is very neat. So I do have my power tools just in case I do get a flat. That'll make the job way easier. You have these little levers if you need to push down the rear seats, which make it very convenient. And you also have the same lever on the bottom of the seats if you need to do it from the passenger doors. We have a 12-volt outlet here, as well as LEDs on each side just in case you need a little bit of light. We have this like secret, I don't want anybody looking into my trunk cover, which is very neat. And you have one that comes, unless you take it off, with the trunk itself. So nothing special here. It's a SUV, like I mentioned, so you have plenty of space. You can easily, just point of reference, the 40 pack of water that Walmart sells, you could probably put like 8 here. So you have plenty of space, and that's with the seats up. If you put them down, you won't have to worry about storage nonetheless. I went ahead and popped the trunk for y'all so y'all could look at this 2.0 liter turbocharged engine in all its glory. It does have an aftermarket intake in it, just so it'd make a little bit of more noise. So let's get a little bit, and I'm sorry it's dirty. I cleaned the outside of the car today, but you know, it's a little bit more complicated when it comes to the engine bay. I'll make sure to do that in one of these days. So something that would probably interest y'all if y'all are looking into buying this car: how's the maintenance? After having this car for about 10,000 miles, I got it with around 40. Car has given me no problems. Hopefully it stays that way. It has given me no problems after putting around 11,000 miles on it. Oil change. The oil change are expensive. They're like 250 bucks, but that's an oil change every 10,000 miles, which is more than reasonable, because if you take into consideration doing an oil change every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, which for a regular car, that's roughly how many oil changes you have to do each interval. It's not that bad. Yes, it's like about 100 bucks extra, but it's also an Alfa Romeo. You have also the stabilizer bar on top of the engine bay, just to give you that more stiffness when you do drive in sport mode. Besides oil change, nothing much has been done to the car. Just one more outlook on how the car looks, and now we'll get into how do I pay this at 18 years old. This car, brand new, has a MSRP of around $60,000 to $80,000 for the higher trim models. So how do I pay for this 2019 Alfa Romeo Stelvio? Face reveal time. Hi y'all, it's me again. Okay, so how does an 18-year-old, in other words me, 05 by the way, yes, time is passing by very quickly, we're getting old quicker. Besides that, so yeah, how do I pay for this beautiful car? It's financed. Yes, it's not leased, nor do I own it outright, because that's like $30,000 just cash there. Not everybody has that amount of money, but yes, the car is financed. I'm currently paying about $540 for the letter. I'm paying $210 for insurance. Yes, I am on a relatives insurance policy. That is why my insurance isn't like $500 a month, because if not, here in Florida it'd roughly be that, because honestly these insurance rates are crazy. So yes, the car is financed. I also have to thank family members, because they're the ones that have made this possible. This car is currently financed under my brother. I'm just paying the letter, which is great, because I know it'd be very, very, very tough to own this car at this age, and not even own it, but just get it financed. That's the hardest part about owning a car like this. Yes, you might be able to be making the cash every month, but just getting that credit ran and getting approved for a car like this is very difficult. So I'm always thank you to my brother for letting me have the opportunity to have this car. So thank you, Miguel, I appreciate you. I hope you liked the video. If you want to know what I do to be able to afford this car note, plus insurance, plus life here in Florida, make sure to leave a comment down below, and next video I might talk a little bit more about how I do that. If y'all have any questions besides that, just make sure to drop a comment down below. Please give a like to this video, subscribe. I'll try to keep y'all more up to date with everything that's going on in my life. And besides this car, I also have not me, but I have a lot of more cars that I can show y'all. So let me know if y'all want to see that down below as well. I appreciate y'all clocking in, and I hope to see y'all next time. Peace. It's not a cold start, but